Good morning, everybody. This is, of course, the great and glorious, soon-to-be famous one day Nick Dutch back on the camera again one more time for another delightful tarot show. On this particular channel, I do tarot readings, and what you can do is you can request a reading from me within this show. This once-a-week show is the only time when I give away free tarot readings, okay? So if you'd like to have one, submit your request by email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com. I'm receiving all my requests purely by email, not in the comment section, not by private message on this particular account at all, only by email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to help. Today is Thursday, the 1st of March, year of our Lord 2012, the year when the end of the world is supposed to come, according to some people, but I personally do not believe that at all. Thank heavens. And we're just going to crack on. We're going to do a few tarot readings, provide you with, entertainment, inspiration, bit of comfort, bit of perspective, whatever it is you're after. And we'll see basically how things are going to go. Remember, legally, ethically, morally, and all the rest of that speaking, a tarot reading is an entertainment service. However, lots of people claim to get therapeutic benefit from it, and lots of people use their tarot readers as if they were counselors, okay, because that's one of the functions that we fulfill within our society today. So, here we go, shuffling like a lunatic as per usual, traditional fortune teller shuffle. Get straight on with the first request of today. Keep your requests coming in, and I'll speak to you again shortly. Okay, we're starting with something simple and traditional. Brenda and Robert. The inquiry is to see basically where this one particular relationship is going to go, whether it's going to get, off track to the right level and all that kind of jazz. Standard 8-card relationship reading methodology. Book of Thoth Tarot. Here we go. Right. Alright, okay. All I can do is tell you what the reading says. That's it. I mean, some people, they make demands of me, saying, there's some specific things they want me to go into. Yes, I do answer specific questions. I prefer to answer specific questions, but there can be some fine details that I may struggle over. In this particular case, we've got some energies here. The energies of the relationship are rather curious. Okay? It's almost like you don't feel at the moment, on the basis of what's happened in the past, that you could possibly take this relationship and bring it to the level whereby you are totally happy and you are totally content. There's a feeling of communication signs, yes, but there's also something dark about this. This is the force between the two of you. It's the card which sits in the middle between your energy and his energy, okay? So this is trying to sum up the way things are feeling at the moment, and it's not necessarily feeling the best or the happiest that things could be right now. Something not being fulfilled, a sense of frustration, I feel, is part of this energy. A sense that you know that things could work out right, but something has to change in order for it to quite get there. So there's a bit of a feeling of doubt here at the moment. This is only the here and now part of the reading. This is not the long-term future, okay? So bear that in mind, get that into perspective. The way things are today are not necessarily the way things are going to be in the future. So just because I've given you a bit of a dark message there does not mean to say the relationship is like, oh, all gone or terrible. I don't think it's like that. I think it's much more a question of you've got some potential there. You've got unrealized potential within this relationship, and you've got to be able to turn this around to make sure you can get the results that you're after, okay? Now, your side of the reading is quite fascinating. This is both an acknowledgement that there is slow progress, as well as a desire for slow progress, as well as some frustration at there being slow progress. I think you need to work on getting your emotional priorities right as to how you deal with this particular stage in the relationship. Because I think that you look at him and you think to yourself, I don't know how to perceive this. Should I be demanding him to suddenly turn around to me and give me everything straight away? Or should I be trying to play hard to get, play a bit coy kind of thing? I think that this is the confusion that you've got there. Generally speaking, your character is quite strong and stable, but when it comes to this one particular relationship, you're not quite sure. When it comes to this one particular relationship, you're not quite sure as to what you want to do with it or how you want to make it progress. So I think that your own misinterpretation as to what could possibly be happening here, it's frying you basically. It's making things emotionally difficult, and it's putting extra stress on you, making it even more hard work to do, rather than just the standard progression, alright, that you normally go through when you're getting to know someone. And you are getting to know this person. Nothing in my reading says that you're there yet. Okay, you don't know each other well enough yet. On his side of things, it's like he's saying, okay, I'm here now, I think I've got the position of stability right, although he himself is rather unsure. He wants you now to do something to try and say, okay, well, we're going to be alright now. Right, that's what we've got here. I'm going to say stability again because I think he's going to be around for a long time. Therefore, as far as your question's concerned, namely, is this a good relationship for the longer term, which is basically what you're driving at there, I'd have to say yes. And yes, the High Priestess does actually speak about there being loving energy there. Do remember that the High Priestess in the original earlier tarots was designed to be a reflection of the energy of the Holy Spirit, funnily enough, and it was called the female Pope, not the High Priestess, or La Papesse in the Oswald Worth Tarot, as I'm sure some of you tarot experts out there already know. Now, this is, I mean, for me to turn around to you and say you're not communicating would be a lie. We've got signs of communication there. You're not communicating deep enough. You both feel uncomfortable about communicating deeper. You both want to try and get some results here, but you're not allowing the foundation of stability to carry on building you up. Okay, I think you can get there. We'll just quickly expand the reading, short-term, mid-term, long-term, see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies, and all the rest of that we're going to get, and it's looking wonderful. Okay, completely different change in the energy there. Now, you remember when I spoke about the card in the middle of the reading, which was the sort of like dark, gloomy one. I'll get that out again so you can see it again. There we go. I mentioned that that was not to do with the longer term future. Bear that in mind. Now, the energy of the colours, right? Always look at the colours. The colours express something about the emotions of the situation, okay? What's the difference there? Darkness, light. Darkness, light. Dead easy, okay? Light, darkness. So you don't fully understand each other there. You're going to come to fully understand each other better and better and better. Your short-term future signs, two of Cups. What more can I say about that? Okay. Come on, if you've been watching my show long enough, you should realise Cup signs deal with love. Proper communication, calm and peaceful, brilliant, and it's a feeling of victory in the long term. This is going in the right direction. Give it 3 to 6 months for it to work out perfectly. Okay, Kim, you want me to have a look at what's going on in this one particular relationship. You're one of my customers on Keen. I can only provide you with a certain detail and depth in this video. Okay, I can't provide you with absolutely everything that you're after. So I think what you're going to have to do is, like, I know when you get me on the phone, I do try and talk quickly, because I know your time is precious to you, okay? So I'm trying to save you money, basically. That's why I go through it quite so quickly. If you've got a problem with that, and you want more in the way of accuracy and precision from me, tell me to slow down, tell me to focus in, okay? And I'll be more than happy to oblige you in that particular respect. But on this one particular video, I can just give you like a broad sketch. All I can do is tell you what the reading's telling me and take it from there, basically bit by bit, and so on and so forth. Here we go, here we go. This is a... He's afraid of being treated badly, he's afraid of treachery against him. Not that you're necessarily a traitor to him. I think he's a traitor against himself, okay? Are you with me so far? The energy that the reading has given me suggests that he is fearful and he's afraid of other people. It's not just a question of he's been hurt in the past. We've all been hurt in the past. That's the way life is. It's a question of the way in which he's been hurt in the past, which has created a certain irrational level of fear inside him. So he seeks comfort and he seeks reassurance, because everything there is about he needs to have peaceful balances with other people, because he can't face conflict. But he is someone who is perpetually afraid of other people, and so there always will be conflict in his own mind's eye. He can't get away from that. So instead what he's doing is he's trying to seek a feeling of comfort and reassurance part of that comes from his relationship life. Okay, that's where the feeling of balance or need for feeling of balance is there, because he's the kind of person who can be. I would even go so far as to say, I'd even go so far as to say as like jovial or jokey, in the pub kind of environment, that kind of like sociable, lively environment. But when you get him behind closed doors, you see a completely different side to him. You kind of like see, you see the fear. He gets defensive. He doesn't quite know what to do. He's rather socially unaware when it comes to a one-on-one relationship with somebody. And he finds it rather difficult to just make everything work in a manner that would you personally would probably consider to be easy. Okay, you wanted me to show you the cards. These are the cards I've got. Okay, in your side of things, serious need for a change on the basis that you choose to be with him. He's fragile. He is emotionally fragile. You are someone who, according to what I've got here, can come over in a rather direct and passionate manner, and that some people might find difficult. So yes, you've got to stand back when you're dealing with him, but you've still got to be precise, and the arguments you have with him, the conversations you have with him, have got to be very much in a straight line, and with a lot of the emotion just taken out, which I don't think you want to do. You want to have that warmth, but when you're having a conversation about how someone's developing, is it necessarily warmth that you work with? I don't think it is sometimes, okay? But he can't handle the negativity. You'll have to just drip feed him bits of information and saying that, and using phrases such as, I feel uncomfortable when you do this, or I feel uncomfortable, I feel bad because, not you've done wrong. Okay, do you see the change in the energy there? I get this impression that you need to tell him something. You need to say, you've been wrong. Sorry mate, but you've been wrong. Okay? But if you were to do that with him right now, that would not help. It would kind of like screw up what you've got. And there is some kind of feeling of potential there. The future part of the reading, I get the impression, is full of angst or anxiety of some sorts as he's changing. It's like he's like a delayed adolescent. He's still got some of that like adolescent way of thinking in his mind of not knowing who he is, what he is, identity crisis, that kind of stuff going on. But the good news is that is being changed within the short-term future. Okay, I'll quickly show you the cards. I mean, there you go. Short-term, mid-term, long-term future. Short-term future is coming over quite negative with a sense of the miraculous and something rather passionate happening after that. Here we go. Just a second, please. So when I hold up the cards for you, okay, it's the same as what you see in front of you now. All right. I've shown you the signs on his side of things. That's the Hangman there, and that's the Four of Swords. On your side of things, you got the Two of Coins, and of course you got the Ten of Swords there. Okay, speaking about your particular passion, your directness, your need for change. Energy between the two of you, again, it's an earth sign. Earth signs speak about stability and consistency. They also speak about some kind of need for material comfort, and I think you're dealing with someone who needs something physical to explain the fact that things are okay. Same short-term, mid-term, and long-term signs we had before. So just for you people out there who say, Nick, you're not showing me the cards, remember, I am showing you the cards when I hold them up in front of the camera. It's just it takes much less editing time rather than when I'm doing this, okay? I mean, like this, it might be more entertaining for you, but it's much easier and quicker for me if I'm trying to fit the tarot show into my working week, because it takes a lot of time for me just to hold the cards up. But anyway, the cards are there. You can see that's the spread that we've got. 8-card relationship reading, 2 for you, 2 for your partner, 1 for the force between the two of you, progression, short-term, mid-term, and long-term. That's him being all angsty. That's a change of perspective brought about by you learning how to communicate with him in a manner which would actually be okay. And then there's a sense of passion for the future. Okay, on with the next reading of today. Anna Berry. Okay, you're looking for a breakthrough. Okay, breakthroughs can happen, but breakthroughs have got to be worked for sometimes, and you've got a lot of work on your plate. Your question covered a bit of everything, didn't it? Okay, your question really did cover a bit of everything. You want to leave the relationship of 11 years, you want to make sure that's the right thing to do. I cannot be the final decision maker there, and nor can the tarot, nor can spirit. Okay, the only thing that can be the final decision maker about that, as to whether that's a good thing to do or not, is you. And got to get that clear in your mind's eye. I can tell you what the reading says. I'll do a chronological progression. We'll see basically where the moments of change are, so that you can be more sure as to where your life is going to go, basically. Okay, and whether things are going to start working out according to plan. Here we go, and this is actually looking quite nice. Again, I shuffled the cards very thoroughly, but it looks like what we've got here for you, the Two of Cups stay. Now, signs in your short-term future, they're not quite the same energy, okay, because in the immediate, you got to maintain your stability. The Four of Coins talking about stability, and of course the Universe card talking about knowledge which has been hard won or hard earned, namely going through the school of hard knocks, so to speak. So essentially you've gone through an awful lot of challenges, but the knowledge and wisdom that it's given you, you need to be grateful for. Just by analogy, I mean, I've been through an awful lot of hard times in my life, and I mean a lot of hard times. I've been treated very badly by a lot of people. But all of these instances have given me the ability to change and grow and become the kind of person you see in front of you today. So I actually have to be grateful, even for the most trying and painful times in my life. And you've gone through an awful lot of trying and painful times. Try and take the learning from that, the wisdom from that, and try and create for you a Two of Cups life, okay? A victorious life. That's right, Six of Staves there, labelled as victory. That feeling of I've overcome this, I've got the right to be able to tell other people how to get through this, using your knowledge and wisdom, and still finding ways of maintaining your stability in the meantime. So as far as is this all going to come true for you, this summer is going to be a very good time for you as far as total revolution is concerned. So I personally would recommend you carry on this path of trying to revolutionize and change your life, because you're destined to do an awful lot better for yourself than you've been allowing yourself in the past as a result of all of these dead weights in your life. Okay, it's been dead weights in your life. You've been miserable, haven't you? You've actually been really, really unhappy. You're allowed to confess to yourself that you've been unhappy. But I think that you're at this time of life when you've been trying to work out where the sources of that unhappiness is, and you've been trying to grow beyond that. That's something that I've got a lot of respect for, and I think that that's what you've got to carry on doing. And also have gratitude for the learning that you're getting, because that's a good way of seeing it. It's a good way of coping with it as well. Because otherwise, the pain can get a bit intense. Just try and do what's right, and you will get the right results. I swear it. Okay, Leanne, you want to know whether it's business or work which is right for you. Okay, is it business? Is it work? Again, it's not a situation whereby I don't feel totally confident in being the person who, takes control over your life here. I'll show you what the reading suggests, and then you can take it from there yourself, basically. Here we go, boom. Satellite radio. Why have I got that track going on inside my head at the moment? Anyway, here we go. My impression here is to go more towards business than to go towards work. The rationale that the reading is giving me is that I'm not too sure whether your boss at work is all that necessarily stable or secure. The energy that the reading is giving me is suggesting that you actually want to break free. You want to be the one who's in charge, okay? You need to be the person who's in charge. You've got the wisdom. It's like you've spent all your time in the classroom so far. Now you want to break out into the real world. You're aware it'll be risky, but you've also got a lot of knowledge that you've been accumulating yourself. So you're ready, okay? You're actually ready. And the feeling of power and passion and dedication that we got here, and the desire for wealth, the greed and the joy is very powerful there for you, okay? So there's lots of good energy associated with how things could be going for you in the longer term future. Now, this is where you've been, alright? This is where you've been. That's the sense of knowing what's the right thing to do, being sure you know what's the right thing to do, but not being able to do it. And you haven't been able to do it because of fear. I also get the feeling that being in the world of work has held you back a bit intellectually and emotionally, because it's kind of like, it's knocked you back a bit. But being self-employed won't necessarily be a walk in the park. But essentially going for the business appears to be a good thing right now. That's what I'd recommend for you. How you choose to do it, how you choose to play it, that's up to you. We'll work it out bit by bit, because I think you can. Okay, a hopeful romantic. You know who you are, don't you? Right, let's have a quick look. We'll see what that particular employer was trying to say, and then we'll have a look at your longer term career, okay? Yeah, that particular employer was trying to keep a balance between saying what was right and keeping you on the hook. I don't think that person's going to give you a job. There is still growth, but there's also a few problems. So, you know, there's difficulty there. Now, let's have a quick look at your longer term career and see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies, and all the rest of that are going to appear for you today. Bear with me a second, please. Here we go. Okay, hard work being done. Yes, a sense of there being something new. A good feeling of wealth and stability. Well, no, more than stability. The earth signs we've got here for you are fascinating, very strong, very powerful indeed. And of course, the fact that we got the 10 of coins coming there for you tells me that there is a change in your working life coming for you within 3 months at the outside, making me feel that, you know, you are being, or you have been being prepared for something bigger and better and more exciting career-wise. Alright, in terms of a good job, taking your knowledge and skills, but this is a new level. Alright, but so you may think to yourself, well, all I've known is, you know, all I've known is what I've been doing for the moment, for, you know, for the past couple of years. But what other skills have you picked up in the meantime, and how else can it take you further forward within the industry? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. My reading is very positive. And I think 3 months is what you've got to go through to have that revolution within your career, basically speaking. I love what I'm seeing here. I get a good feeling of your energy. I think that you can make things work out and work out nicely. Okay, now as far as the relationship aspect with that one particular individual, that's a different question, different situation. Here we go. Yeah, we got some romantic signs, we got water signs, we got signs of something of a miraculous nature coming into the connection there. He can be a bit defensive sometimes, but what I would say is take it one step at a time with him. And I would try and know when to hold back and know when to basically allow him to progress with you. Because I think that he's approaching you in a good way, but I also think that this is a relationship which maybe he's trying to make more towards his benefit rather than necessarily yours, and I think that could be a problem for you. So keep in charge, because what I'm seeing here is you've got to be careful. Okay, that's the last reading of today. If you want to get your reading requests, then please feel free to submit it. nickdutchtarot@gmail.com is the email address you need to submit it to. That's the place where I'm taking all of my requests for the tarot show. Not in any other way, okay? Not in the comment section, not in private message on this channel, just via email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, and I would be more than happy to help. Alright, remember, a tarot reading, a clairvoyant reading, and all the rest of that, it's legally regarded as being an entertainment service for good common sense reasons. And if you need me, you know where I am. There's links below. Speak to you in a while.